Wave theory, uniform plane waves problems, series on electromagnetic field theory, lecture number 4.21. Permeability mu, permittivity epsilon, conductivity sigma. These three are called constitutive parameters of the medium. Intrinsic impedance eta, propagation constant gamma. These are also parameters pertaining to the medium. Both sets are used to model or to characterize a medium. They are related to each other. If constitutive parameters are available, intrinsic impedance and propagation constant can be found. If intrinsic impedance and propagation constant are given, constitutive parameters of the medium can be computed. In the present session, we consider two problems. In the first problem, constitutive parameters are given. We are going to find intrinsic impedance and propagation constant and some other information pertaining to the wave also we consider in this problem. In the second problem, intrinsic impedance, propagation constant, they are given, they are available, and we are going to calculate constitutive parameters. Here is shown eta, intrinsic impedance. It is j omega mu by sigma plus j omega epsilon under square root. It is a complex number. Gamma is j omega mu multiplied by sigma plus j omega epsilon under square root. This is also complex. Note that eta involves division, whereas gamma involves product. These two relations are useful for us to find eta and gamma when constitutive parameters are available. Now we consider a problem. Determine propagation constant, intrinsic impedance, frequency is given, and here constitutive parameters are given. Epsilon are equal to 1, mu are equal to 1, conductivity is, in one case it is 10 mhos per meter, in the other case it is 0. Now frequency is changed to 0.3. No, frequency remained constant. It is moving in a particular direction. Now you are asked to write down probable expressions for magnetic field when electric field. Amplitude is 100 volts per meter. Also determine velocity and wavelengths in both the cases. So two cases are required to be considered. In the first case, the medium is a lossy one. Sigma 10 mhos per meter means lossy medium. Sigma 0 means it is lossless medium. So first we consider lossy medium. Now we know the expressions, gamma expression, eta expression, and we also know omega, frequency is given, mu is given, sigma is given, epsilon is given. But if you directly go and try to substitute all these values, the expression becomes so big, so long, it is no more manageable for us. So what we do is, this process of substitution, we do it in bits and pieces. First, let us find out omega. F is given, from F, omega is 2 pi F. Epsilon r is given, so epsilon is epsilon r, epsilon naught. Epsilon naught is 8.854 into 10 power minus 12 farads per meter. Similarly, mu is mu r mu naught. Mu r is 1, therefore mu naught. Mu is mu naught equal to 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 henries per meter. Now using these three values for omega, epsilon and mu, first let us calculate j omega mu. J omega is already available to us. Mu is also available. Substitute. Presence of j in the number means it is in rectangular form, but it is convenient in manipulating the number while finding a gamma and eta for the number to be in polar form. So we convert it into polar form. It is 2.37 into 10 power 3. Angle is 1.57 radians. Similarly, sigma plus j omega epsilon. Sigma is available, omega epsilon is also available. Now it is as it is in rectangular form, and we can convert it into polar form. It gives 10 angle 0.002. Now we go to the actual substitution. Gamma is square root j omega mu. Already j omega mu is available. Sigma plus j omega epsilon, that is also available. Product of these two. Now multiplication can be done, phase angles can be added, and square root is implemented by square rooting the magnitude and dividing the sum of the phase angles by 2. So ultimately what we have is 154, angle is 0.786. This is in polar form, one can convert it into rectangular form also. It is 108.83 plus 108.96. So this is alpha, because gamma is complex quantity, you all know. Real part is alpha attenuation constant, imaginary part is beta phase shift constant. Note this alpha, beta, they are we need them in further calculations. In the same way, eta can be computed. J omega mu is available, substitute here. Sigma plus j omega epsilon is available, that's also available. Substitute. A little bit of manipulation leads to 15.40, 0.78. This is eta. This eta also, this value also we are going to use, so keep it in mind. Its angle is 0.78, its magnitude is 15.40. Now real part is attenuation constant. Real part of eta is, propagation constant is attenuation constant. Imaginary part of propagation constant is phase shift constant, which is already we are having on hand, equal to 108.96 radians per meter. The velocity and wavelengths can be found within no time. Velocity is omega by beta. Note that velocity can also be found from 1 by root mu epsilon or root mu epsilon, but that relation is valid only in case of lossless lines, lossless media. But here the medium is lossy medium. Sigma is not 0. So it is lossy medium, so that expression 1 by root mu epsilon, it cannot be used. The relevant expression is omega by beta. Omega is known, beta is already, we have 108.96, substituting we have 17.30 into 10 power 6 meters per second for velocity. When it comes to wavelength is 2 pi by beta. Beta is known, substitute, we will be getting 57.66. Now the next part of the problem, the amplitude of the magnetic field H is E by eta. This thing has come from the fact that E by H equal to eta. Eta is already calculated. Note this is complex quantity having amplitude, certain amplitude or magnitude, and also magnitude and certain angle. Both the things we have to consider while computing H. H is E by eta. Magnitude and angle both we have to consider. So as far as magnitude of H is concerned, magnitude of E, magnitude of eta, it is 100 by 15.40, 6.50. As the wave is traveling in plus z direction, magnetic field can be anywhere in a plane parallel to normal direction. Let us suppose it is in x direction. The uniform plane waves, they are associated with a property, EH direction of propagation. They are mutually perpendicular. Not only that, they form right-handed vector system. As wave is traveling in z direction in the present case, electric vector, magnetic vector, they can be anywhere in a plane which is normal to z direction. So that aspect he used. Let us suppose it is in x direction. So now H is e power minus 108.83z. This is attenuation. Wave undergoes attenuation because the medium is a lossy one. This pertains to attenuation. Magnitude is 6.50. We have to consider phase angle of eta 2. Phase angle of eta 2 eta is 0.78. When it comes to the numerator, it becomes minus. So minus 0.78 cos omega t minus, this is beta z, 108.96 z. We assumed electric vector, magnetic vector in x direction. That's why this one. Notice this is implementation of general expression. What is the general expression? E power minus alpha z. This fellow is attenuation. Magnitude of H. It has certain angle. That angle cos omega t minus beta z. Direction of H is x. So all these things put together, we will be getting this expression. Now we consider the second situation, conductivity is 0, means it is lossless. So omega is same because frequency is same. Only change is sigma has become now 0. Epsilon remains same, mu remains the same. So propagation constant, when sigma becomes 0, it becomes j omega root mu epsilon. Substituting mu value, epsilon value, omega value, what you have is 2 pi 1.57 or j 2 pi. This is gamma. Now it is pure imaginary. What does it mean? Alpha is 0. Alpha 0 means attenuation constant. Of course, it is to be 0 because lossless medium. Sigma is 0 means alpha is also 0. Now, this is gamma. Okay. The medium is lossless and hence velocity and wavelengths are velocity can be found 1 by root mu epsilon, which is equal to 3 into 10 power 8. We need not use omega by beta here, because even if you use that expression, you will be getting same thing. But as it is lossless, so we can use a simpler relation, 1 by root mu epsilon. This is simpler. Reason is, this can be put in the form C equal to mu r epsilon. You need not have values of mu naught epsilon naught here. Simply, you can write it as C by root mu r epsilon r. Mu r epsilon r is given. C is 3.10 power 8. So simple. This is simple. And lambda is V by F. It becomes 10 centimeter. Now the medium is lossless, so intrinsic impedance is pure real. It is root mu by epsilon. Sigma 0 means it becomes root mu by epsilon. It is 120 pi. In this case, attenuation constant is 0. Phase shift constant is 2 pi radians per meter. So amplitude of the magnetic field is E by eta. E is 100 given. Eta is 120 pi. You have something 0.27. And angle of eta also we have to consider. It is 0 anyway. So the magnetic field of the wave becomes H is e power minus alpha z. Because wave is traveling in z direction, you have to write like this. So alpha is 0, therefore it becomes 1. Now H magnitude is 0.27, its angle is 0, therefore it is 0.27 cos omega t minus beta is 2 pi beta z. It is said we have assumed that H is in x direction. That's why x is placed here. Units are amperes per meter. We consider two numerical problems where constitutive parameters of the medium are available, and we are asked to find out intrinsic impedance and propagation constant, and some more information is also asked, and we have done it successfully. Now we consider a problem where a reverse process is required to be done. What is that? Propagation constant is given, intrinsic impedance is given. Both are complex quantities, both are given, and we are asked to find out constitutive parameters. How to solve this kind of problems. For that, you consider the product of gamma with eta. This product results j omega mu. So this is one complex number, gamma. Eta is another complex number. Multiply, you will be getting another complex number. Actually, these values of gamma and eta are truly values of a medium. Then the product is pure imaginary. Equate that imaginary quantity to j omega mu, because product is always j omega mu. Omega is known to you. You can find out mu. Product is known. It is equal to j omega mu. Omega is known, normally given. So mu can be found out in that way. Now then consider the ratio gamma by eta. This ratio from the general expression you can find equal to sigma plus j omega epsilon. Now real part of this ratio, it can be directly equated to sigma conductivity. Imaginary part can be equated to omega epsilon. Omega is known to you. Epsilon is now this imaginary part divided by omega. This is the way constitutive parameters are determined when values of gamma and eta are given. Eta and gamma are given. We consider a problem to illustrate the procedure. We are asked to find out constants mu r, epsilon r, sigma. For that, what we do is first consider the product. They have given gamma value, they have given eta value. Now multiply. When you multiply, you can see here it is actually equal to j omega mu. Now you multiply the given complex numbers values. Then we have j 121 8.75. So omega mu epsilon is 121 8.75. Omega is given, frequency is available 55 megahertz. So mu r is relative permeability is 121 8.75 divided by omega mu naught. Mu naught is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7. Omega is 55 megahertz into 2 pi. So ultimately mu r is 2.80. To find out the remaining two constitutive parameters, consider the ratio gamma by eta. It is sigma plus j omega epsilon. Values are given, so you divide gamma value by eta value. It resulted in 7.38 into 10 power minus 3 plus j 2.91 into 10 power minus 2. Real part can be equated directly to sigma, imaginary part to omega epsilon. So sigma is 7.38 into 10 power minus 3 moles per meter. Epsilon r is 2.91 into 10 power minus 2 by omega epsilon naught. Epsilon naught is 8.854 into 10 power minus 12. Omega is 2 pi into 55. It resulted epsilon r equal to 9.51. So sigma is known, epsilon is known, mu is known. Now all the three parameters are now available. In B, electric and magnetic fields at z equal to 3 meters. This problem has another part. What is that part? B, E and H at z equal to 3 meter when E is 150 volts per meter at z equal to 0. So how it is to be done? E is 150 at z equal to 0 at a distance of 3 meters. What is its amplitude? Then what you have to do is simply multiply it attenuation. It undergoes attenuation. E naught, initial value, e power minus alpha z. This is attenuation. So if you do this, you will be getting 15.81 volts per meter. Alpha, you need not do anything. This alpha is available. It is a real part of the propagation constant. Propagation constant value is given. You see here it is 0.75. So using that one can find out. Similarly, Hz. At a distance of 3 meters, what is Hz? Ez and Hz, these two are related through eta. Eta is value is available. Using that, one can find H. So in the present session, before closing, let us conclude with certain important points we have noticed. Constitutive parameters are useful as well, propagation constant and eta also, to model or characterize the properties of the medium. These two sets of constants are related. When constitutive parameters are given, it is possible to find propagation constant and intrinsic impedance. When propagation constant and intrinsic impedance is given, it is also possible to find constitutive parameters. These two aspects are illustrated in the present session.